So Partikel are going to be heading to JazzAhead tomorrow in Bremen. We're playing on Saturday, and we also have a new album, so we're going there to kind of promote that and see what we can get out of it. It can be quite a daunting event, so we thought we would put out a daily video diary entitled How to Get Ahead at JazzAhead. So it's going to be kind of our take on how to get the best out of it in the most possible gigs and the most possible booking agents, and just booking your diary in with serious amounts of work after the next 4 days. So please stay tuned, and we'll be giving you some top tips. So the first thing about getting ahead at JazzAhead is making sure that you have paid JazzAhead. International payments take quite a long time to process, so you don't want to leave it to the last minute, because you're going to be in a situation where you're queuing when you get there, on the first flight out from Stansted, you're knackered, you just want to get your goodie bag, get your map and get hustling. But no, you don't want to be waiting around because they can't find your payment or it hasn't been processed or you left it so late. So don't leave this to the last minute, because you will regret it. Max, you finished packing, yeah?
Oh, no, I'm just paying JazzAhead.
Brilliant. So the second thing you need to remember is to bring loads of CDs. You want to be giving these out like the business cards, really, so as many people can hear your music as possible. Okay, so top tip number 3 for getting ahead at JazzAhead is for South Londoners. So if you're getting to Stansted from South London, make sure you know someone in North London. Tip number 4, it's a good idea before you go to JazzAhead to log in and get in touch with various promoters and booking agents that might be interested in meeting you, and then getting one of these books so you can put all of your meetings and all of your contacts in here, so you're not going to forget who you're meeting. So as you can see, we've got a lot of space to fill up with lots of contacts when we get there, hopefully. We are at Stansted Airport for part 2 of How to Get Ahead at JazzAhead. It's really early in the morning, we haven't had much sleep, so top tip for today is to make sure that you stay hydrated, that you're eating well, good full breakfast. You don't want to be waiting around because they can't find your payment or it hasn't been processed or you left it so late. So don't leave this to the last minute, because you will regret it.
I received
for history
the payment for this Max
do something.
That was my address, and I literally same time with my bank.
okay.
It's come out of my account.
Hi guys, so I've got another great top tip for you. When at JazzAhead, there's loads of great music on. You should go and check out as much as you can, show the place around. Definitely see lots of live music, lots of music, lots of it.
Another top tip for JazzAhead is if you happen to be showcasing or your band is playing, you want to make sure that everyone wants to come and see your gig, so the promoters know when you're playing and where to go to see you play.
It's amazing, this. Sounds great, man.
Sounds amazing. Yeah.
You can't hear that, no? No?
I mean, no. Whoa, whoa!
So after a stressful day at JazzAhead, it's really important to relax and wind down before the next day's work.
I just love the glasses. This is makes the whole thing look way better.
Let's get Yanish.
Where's Yanish?
There he is. Oh, there he is.
So day 1 at JazzAhead is complete, and yeah, we've annihilated our targets.
Absolutely.
So please stay tuned for part 2, where we'll be giving you even more top tips on how to get ahead at JazzAhead. morning. Welcome to part 3 of How to Get Ahead at JazzAhead. We're just en route to the conference, so we will be sharing more top tips on how to make the best out of this conference. Yes. So one of the first things you need to do is immediately locate your nearest acrobat. This is going to be essential in getting you through the hours of 10 AM to 1 PM when your hangover is going to be at its worst. Next top tip for getting ahead at JazzAhead is to go big or go home. So Max, are you ready with your pitch? Yeah. Okay. Off you go. Yeah, I've got it. So how did it go? Terrible. Really? Okay, so we're here with Roshni and she's going to give us some top tips on how to get through the drinking aspect of JazzAhead.
Well, your body metabolizes 1 standard drink of alcohol per hour, and you should always alternate alcohol with water. So you have 1 standard drink of alcohol with 8 ounces of water for the whole day.
Thanks a lot for tuning in to part 3 of How to Get Ahead at JazzAhead with Partikel. We've learned a lot, some great tips. I hope you enjoyed it, and tune in tomorrow for part 4. Thanks very much. Hello there, welcome to part 4 of How to Get Ahead at JazzAhead. We have a great day in store, some nice meetings, and we've got our performance tonight at 11 o'clock, so stay tuned. Top tip for how to get ahead at JazzAhead, you are going to have to deal with some rejection. That's a fact of life, and how you deal with that is very important. You want to do it with some class, dignity and composure. Unlike Duncan, who lost his voice screaming at a promoter.
But it didn't sound like I was shouting. It didn't feel like it. It's coming back though, my voice is coming back.
People were looking.
Yeah. Well, you should just give us the gig. So after a productive morning, we're taking some time out to get our LaCroix bag for some lunch. We're just going to grab a quick donut also and then get back to work.
So delicious. So, top tip for how to get ahead at JazzAhead. It's a very exhausting experience, you know, meeting people, hanging out. Don't be afraid to take a 20-minute power nap and then duck out for a bit.
Just trying to find Max. I don't know where he's gone. Oh. Hey Max. Max. Is that more? So another JazzAhead top tip is not to be afraid to smooth the promoters.
If you've heard So yeah, we really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you're a promoter, we really hope you've enjoyed it. So
answered. It's like a 4 and then 5.
JazzAhead top tip: make sure you're the last person in the bar.
Go around the bar. Nowhere. Where are you?
Sorry, he works.
We're leaving somebody's passport.
Oh shit. Whose is that?
That's me.
Is it actually?
This is you?
That's
Oh my
that's
God.
a bonus rule of JazzAhead.
That is unbelievable. Oh my
Who
God.
leaves their passport?
Top tip for JazzAhead is taking advantage of opportunities. You're going to find yourself being able to meet promoters and agents in between meetings, and that's when you're really going to want to strike. Another opportunity to take advantage of is the Bremen market at 25 to 6 in the morning. You're going to get all the bargains. Really take advantage of this. I mean, you've got everything: speakers, CDs, porcelain, so much porcelain,
LED screens.
LED screens. I mean, don't miss it, guys. Don't miss it. It's 26. We've just been hanging out at the Maritime. We've picked up some great bargains at Bremen flea market, and we just realised that it really is never too early to get ahead at JazzAhead.
Welcome to the final instalment of How to Get Ahead at JazzAhead. It's the final day today. You know, it was a big day yesterday also, so you know, feeling very tired. So pick me ups today will be very important, because you don't want to let your guard down at the last minute. You always need to be on your toes. You know, that promoter could be just around the corner. So yeah, pick me ups. Top tip for the day. Okay, we're back in Stansted after a great weekend at JazzAhead, and you know, after spending the weekend with all the UK jazz guys, you know, kind of hanging out, you know, it's time to say goodbye to everyone. So I'd say the final top tip is to just you know, not get too emotional during saying goodbye to everybody.
It was just so lovely.